friends, this is Stephanie of Stephanie's Yarn Escape. Thank you for joining me today for episode number 86. This is a crochet podcast where I take you on my yarny adventure in hopes that you find sort of inspiration. So grab your favorite beverage, prop those feet up because you deserve to, and enjoy what I have to share. So it's been a hot minute since I recorded my last episode. Beginning of December, I believe, was my last episode, I believe. So it's been some time. I discussed a little bit in that episode that we were going through some things here in the household, and with the holidays, it just kind of added to the chaos. I think we're through the majority of it, through the worst of things, of what we were experiencing. I won't go into great detail, but just know we are all okay. I'm feeling much better. I feel like things are starting to calm down, at least a little bit for now. So I wanted to start off the new year with a new episode. So some things I want to share with you guys. Now, I did not get a ton of crochet time. I do have some finishes though. Yay me. And, which I'll share with you guys, but I don't have a whole lot. I have some plans for 2023 as far as my yarny adventure. We'll discuss that a little bit later. And yeah, so we're just going to dive right into it. First of all, my setting is a little bit different. Yes. So I'm currently sitting on this bench here, which I think needs moved out a little bit. This is the same space I usually record, but this is the wall that's usually to my side when I do my other episodes. Usually the ladder's behind me, the ladder's over there, and so I'm off to the side. We have a lot of space. This is like my hall space on my second floor, and it's a lot of hall space. So this is actually the bench that was on my front porch that I just got this past summer when we redid our front porch. And I've always for years wanted to do something with this space, and I wanted to put some sort of tabletop or something here for the space, but just haven't found the right one, or it's not a priority of mine right now. Some other household projects of being a house owner, a homeowner, include of fixing and, moving and remodeling and fixing and changing things. So when we took down our stuff on our front porch at the end of fall, I bought this bench this summer, and so I decided that I would put it here for now. If I'll continue to record here, I'm not sure. So my setup in front of me is a lot different. Usually I have a tabletop in front of me with all my stuff. So right now I have it in a bag, so hopefully this works out for me. It feels kind of blank behind me now. Like here's a window, that's where that curtain is. So it's a different setup. We're going to see how this works. I'm not sure if we're going to continue on with this, but this is what we're doing today. And I get to sit. So let's dive into it, shall we? Okay. So the first thing, we're going to go over whips first. Like I said, I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Now, I am going to show you guys the most worked on things that I have been working on. Like I said, I didn't crochet a whole lot through the month of December, but I did get some progress on a few things. Living in this bag is my Attack of the Amigurumi for 2022. So for December is penguins. So you have an extra week. You have the rest of this week to get your penguin in because I did announce it late. I'm going to announce January. We're going to do Attack of the Amigurumi 2023. So if that post is not yet up, it will be soon. So be on the lookout for that. But I didn't get a chance to start my penguin. I really, really wanted to start my penguin, and I did not get a chance to do that. And I have a penguin pattern that I really, really wanted to do. And that's why I chose penguins for December, because I really wanted to make a penguin. So we'll see how January goes. Maybe I'll sneak in that penguin. But I am still working on November. I'm almost done with it. My intentions of having it complete by today were higher than I would like them to be, but I really honestly could have finished it, but I was distracted by a few things. So in this one, let me get all this stuff out. So I'm working on my November, which is, what was it? You had the choice of 5 things. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this setup with the bench. Where you could do a bear, a deer, a moose, a fox, or a raccoon. So I decided I wanted to do a fox. So here is, I lost his face. So here's his body. Here's his head. Here is 2 ears. And here is 2 arms. So I'm currently working on his last part, which is his tail. So I'm getting so close to being done. I had a little bit of extra crochet time there at the end of the week, this past week, and I was working on them pretty hard, and then I didn't get them done. I got distracted by a few things. See, I feel very disorganized right now because of my arrangement. So I don't know how long this is going to last. Trying to keep the space. Okay, so what yarn did I use? I used some of this, I love this yarn, and this is terracotta. 100% acrylic, 4 medium, 355 yards. So I used terracotta. And then for some of the accents, I used also I love this yarn in Graybeard. And for the other accents, I'm using this Red Heart Super Saver in Buff. So that's part of the tip of his tail, and that was the nose. So I'm going to put this stuff back in the bag. And the pattern I'm using, which I had gotten off of Ravelry a few years ago, actually, quite a few years ago. I think 3, it said. I loaded it 2019, I think. I was using it on my Knit Companion app, but I found that I had printed it at some point as well, too. So this is the Fox Cuddle Critter by the Left-Handed Crocheter. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I paid for this or if it was free. And I honestly can't remember. But I'll definitely link that down below. But I think he is adorable. And I'm not doing the safety eyes like in the picture. I am going to do something else. What I'm going to do, I'm not sure. But I'll be doing something with soft eyes because of my quality control person says that it's easier to cuddle with soft eyes versus safety eyes. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Working on my eye technique. I'm going to try a few different things with some eyes this year, hopefully. So we'll see how that works out. So that's whip number 1. What else was I working on? Well, I did work on my Omega blanket that's living in this gorgeous bag. My El Grey bag that was gifted to me. This is the Omega blanket. It is not a striped blanket. I'm running out of ink when I printed this pattern. In the picture it is red. So I'm working on it. It's a 8 row repeat. 8 row repeat. And you just keep going. So my reason for this blanket is I had some Caron Simply Soft, which was one of my favorites, still is, but I haven't been using it because I've been using a lot of I Love This Yarn, because it's one of my favorites as well too, because I like it for amigurumi and blankets. So I needed a project with my Caron Simply Soft to use for my stash, because I've had a lot of that yarn for many, many years. So I picked a color. I knew I wanted to do this pattern, so I picked a size, which is the throw size, which it comes in numerous sizes. It's by, I don't know if I said this, it's by the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and she has multiple sizes in here, and I wanted to do a throw size. Why I just didn't pick a size with the amount of yardage I had, the amount of skeins, I don't know. I wanted to do the throw size, so that's what I did. So I picked this Caron Simply Soft. This is the colorway Ocean. It's very pretty. It's 100% acrylic, 4 medium, which I consider a 4 light. And there are 315 yards on one skein. And I have enough. And so what I ended up doing was ordering the amount of yarn I needed to complete this size. And it's all in that bag. So here it is so far. I've put in 1 full skein. So it's a good size. I didn't work on it a ton. Here's my stitch marker. So I worked on it some. It's a nice, easy blanket. You do have to pay a bit of attention. But it's not too bad. It's definitely one of those ones where you can watch TV and do. I think it's coming out. I have it folded in half, so it's pretty good size. I just love this color. So it's so pretty. It's very soft. I really enjoy this. So definitely gonna keep going with it. I have, like I said, 1 full skein in here. I don't think I tucked in the ends yet, so, and I don't even think it was a full skein. So right here is where my 1 full skein is. And like I said, I don't think it was a full skein when I started it. So I think there was a little bit missing out of it. So I think this will definitely be, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 full skeins, and then the other skein that I'm currently working on now. So I have 12 full skeins going to go into this. So, love it. Love, love, love. Now, so I went through this, little bit of a funk there in December. Like I said earlier, we were going through some stuff, and I completely lost my crochet mojo. The things I was working on wasn't bringing me very much joy. I was feeling very down, tired. I was tired a lot. So I think I needed like a palette cleanser, I guess. Now I told myself I wasn't going to start any new projects until I have finished what I had currently going on. Well, honestly though, I started 2 new projects. Actually, I started 3. I started 3 new projects, but I changed my mind on the one. So I actually started 2 new projects, and I feel better. I feel like my crochet mojo is back. I feel like it's what I needed. Now I do need to go through my current whips that I have, even some old ones that I have tucked away somewhere. And I need to kind of decide, do I want to continue on or do I want to get rid of them? I need like that palette cleanser, just kind of change things for me. And like I said, I'm glad my crochet mojo is back, but some of my current whips, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on with, because they weren't, I found this new, like I said, I cleansed my palette, and then, now I'm much working on things that bring me joy. And so I'm going to decide some of the old things if I want to continue on or if I want to frog them. So I will be doing that. I may do a video on that if you guys are interested in seeing what some of these old projects that I had. I know there's a couple I don't want to get rid of, but I think there's some I do, and there's some I don't remember, you know. So we'll discuss that later. So I started a new blanket. I started 2 new blankets. So not only did I start 2 new projects, but they're large projects. Yes. So let me show you the first one. The first one is going to be, I don't know if I like this setup, guys. I know. I'm attached to something here. Here it is. All right. This little thing here, let me tell you about it. It's little this way, but it's big this way. Look how big. And all these stitch markers, let me tell you about it. So, one of my hairs. There's it folded in half. Okay. So this is a blanket. This is going to be, or this is the Sholach blanket by Get Your Hook On. Okay. It's a pay for pattern on, I think you can get on Etsy and Ravelry. I'll be sure to link them down below. And me and a bunch of my Knit Night girls are doing this. It's a mosaic crochet blanket. Now let me tell you, I was feeling, and I've been crocheting for many, many years. I always love learning new things. There's always something new to learn. Well, I looked at this pattern and I was like, oh my gosh, how on earth is this done? So thankfully for YouTube, I watched some videos that was recommended in the pattern on how to do this. And it's actually not that bad. It's actually quite easy and it's fun. This is going to be a gorgeous picture. I don't have it printed out. I attempted to print out the pattern, which is multiple pages, but my printer ran out of ink. So I'm in the process of getting new ink so I can print out the pattern. So hopefully the next time I record an episode, I'm going to have that picture for you so you know what's going to look like at least. So, but here it is so far. It's going to have some trees and stuff like that. Like I said, it's going to be linked down below so you'll be able to see it. Now, look at this. On each end, you have ends. And at first I was like, I don't know about this. I do not know about this. Now, first of all, I hate weaving in ends. Not many people do. Sometimes I don't mind it, but so with mosaic crocheting, you work on your right side, you work all the way across, you cut your yarn. You go back to the beginning, you work that next row, cut your yarn, because you're doing mosaic crocheting and you're going to create this picture, okay? So you cut your yarn at the end of each one. That's a lot of ends. Now, some of the pictures I've seen of other people use their ends as fringe. I'm not a fan of fringe my own self. Some projects it is gorgeous. I do, do not mind the fringe. I don't personally like fringe. So, more than likely, I'm going to make this even harder for myself and end up weaving in these ends. Because I just can't stand them. So, that will probably be something I work on, occasionally if I sit down and work on this, maybe weave in a couple ends at a time, each sitting with it. And then maybe it won't get out of control because there's like 230 some odd rows in this. Times 2 because there's an end on each end. So you're looking at like almost 500 ends to weave in. So I'm going to try and stay in control of that so I'm not spending a month of weaving in ends. So I'm excited about this. I feel like this is going to be fun. This is a kind of project that's right up my alley. I love complicated projects. I love a good challenge. The more to me, I love a simple project. You know, I love the instant gratification, but like I love the complicated projects. And then like once I'm done, like, oh my gosh, like look at what I just made out of string. I just made that out of string, that gorgeous. So I'm very excited about this. And yeah, I do need to get a simple project. No, I do have a simple project on my hooks. I just haven't worked on it. So I do like to keep simple projects on my hooks simply because sometimes your brain just can't handle this complicated stuff at the end of a, you know, working all day, having a young child and, you know, doing your daily activities. At the end of the day, you're just like, let's just keep double crocheting back and forth. So definitely enjoying this. Now, what's the yarn I'm using? I went stash diving. I had purchased quite a few skeins of this Hirschner's Worsted 8 Heathers with the intent to make a different blanket, but I haven't done it. I bought it, I think, earlier this year. So I decided to use it. It's very pretty. It's a 4 medium, 100% acrylic, 489 yards. And then my other color is going to be this, I love this yarn in white. So those two colors are going to make that blanket. I can't wait to show you guys how that comes along for that. So, what's the other project I started? Well, let me show you. Oh, there goes my pen. I'm not sure, guys. I know I keep saying this. I'm not sure about this setup. I don't know if it's something I'm not used to or what. But I kind of liked having the table in front of me where I can just grab. This reaching down stuff is for the birds. Okay. All right. So, I recently went shopping with my local yarny friend, who always gives me great inspiration when I talk to her. And I needed to get a few things of yarn for a project. I needed some of that. I love this yarn in white for that last blanket I showed you guys. So we were doing some talking, and her and I work on like the Etsy shop that I have. There's some of her stuff as well too. So we, excuse me. So we kind of work on things together. We share that. We love gnomes. Okay, we both love gnomes. And she had made some no blankets. I think in 2021, I believe. We had saw this gnome scarf, and then she just kind of turned the scarf into a blanket. And I was like, I really want to make some. And we were talking about it, and we were talking about our yarn stash, which I'll get into a deeper conversation about that a little bit later. And I was like, I really want to start a gnome blanket. So like I come home that night, and I did. I went diving through my stash, and I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So I went ahead and started a gnome blanket. It's not much now, not much to see, but I like to make quite a few of these because I think they're so cute. I want to do different color ideas and stuff like that. So I started one. I went ahead and did it. And it was another one of those things that I'm like, oh, I'm getting my crochet mojo back. My CROJO. And I'm glad I did, because I've been wanting to make one for quite some time now, for well over a year, but I keep putting it off because I have to make this, or you know, someone wants this, or I need to finish these whips before I start something new. And I decided to take the pressure off myself, and I'm like, this is what I want to make, and I'm going to make it. And that's what I did. So, it's not much to see. You wouldn't know it was a gnome at this point, but you will. And and I'm really enjoying this as well too. And I'm going to put a really cute border on it. Now, the yarn I'm using is, like I said, I went stash diving. I'm using some of this Impeccable yarn. I have quite a few skeins of this white. So I got some white, and then for like his body and his hat, I have some more of this Impeccable in Deep Forest, this really pretty dark green. And for his beard, since my background of my gnome blanket's white, I'm like, his beard's going to blend in if I do a white beard. So I'm going to switch his beard up to this pale gray. My hairs are on all over everything. Okay, so pale gray. So this is a 4 medium 100% acrylic yarn, and in each ball there is 285 yards. So yeah, I went stash diving. That's what I'm going to do. And then do different colors and such. So, you know, those last 2 blankets that I started really got the creative juices flowing. I'm very excited. You know, stuff like that now. So, yay. Now, I do have some finishes. One I don't have with me right now because in my last video, I showed a gnome that it was a blue gnome with some cardinals on it, and I had glued it to a wood piece. I enjoyed making that so much that I decided to make another one for my Christmas party for work as a gift, and it was well loved. So it went to a good home where it, you know, it's going to get appreciated. It turned out so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and post a little video of what that looks like now. Okay, so that turned out really nice. For the little little basket that's there, it says, I believe it said Mary. That was just like a mini ornament from Walmart for the mini trees. And I just glued that there, and some of the little glitter pine cones were also mini ornaments. Yarn I use. Now, see, I showed you guys a video, but I haven't seen it since before Christmas. And so now I can't remember exactly what it looks like. I think it's a gray bottom. And I think I just used that gray beard that I was using for my gnome, or for my fox. I think it's gray beard. And was the top red? Oh gosh, guys. And you just saw it, and then I'm like, I don't remember what it looks like. I should have looked at it before I showed it to you guys. But it was all, I love this yarn. And then I just created the little, the body, and then I just made the hat. I've contemplated making a tutorial on how to make those little gnomes for those little wood pieces. But I'm not sure if that's something you guys want to see. So let me know down in the comments down below if you would like me to make a tutorial on, on how to make one of those gnomes, and I can go ahead and do that. So just give me your feedback on that. So yeah, I thought it turned out really cute. When I made my friend's, the blue one with the cardinals on it, I have made those. I haven't made one of those in a long time. And I used my little knit machine that I had, which is now broken. So when he asked for one, I just had to crochet one. And I enjoyed doing it so much. And I forgot how much I enjoyed doing it. So that kind of made me excited. Now I'm hoping with my gnome blanket that I'm doing, I might be able to make some coordinating gnomes in different sizes to match. So like, you know, maybe get a whole set. Thought about making one of those with the wooden pieces. A little bit bigger one like that you can use as a pillow. And then maybe doing one for like a tiered tray, like a small one for a tiered tray. Just kind of whole matching coordinating set. I thought that'd be really fun. If I'll do that, I'm not sure. But when I was sitting there making the gnome blanket, the wheels get going. And I love it when the wheels get going. If I'll do them, I'm not sure, but it's a good idea, right? So What else? Well, I have another finished object. It was living in this bag. It's already at its new home, but I have it here with me because I was able to borrow it back to show you guys. Do you remember what was living in here? It was my red panda for my daughter that she requested last year in 2022, not 20, last year. I think it was early summer. In 2022, she requested a red panda. And I think if you guys have followed me and watched my other episodes, remember the fiasco I was going through for making this red panda. Now, I finished it. I really wanted to get it done for her. And I focused on it for a short time until I got it done. And I really wasn't that far from being done with it when I had put it to the side. But it's all done now. He's cute. I wanted him a little bit bigger. My daughter loves him. Her, I'm not sure. This, she loves it. So, let me tell you a little bit about it. So she wanted a red panda because there was this movie she loved that came out on Disney Plus. I can't remember what it's called. It was on in our house every single day, multiple times a day. Turning Red. So that was on Disney Plus, and she loved that movie. And then she asked me to make her a red panda to match. So when she asked me this, I said, of course. I went to the yarn store, and I got some oranges and some reds to make it with, and I laid them out on the dining room table, and I said, which ones do you want? And she chose these ones. I went through a few different patterns. I wish it was a little bit bigger, and I think I overstuffed my arms because they just won't go down. That's okay. I finally settled on this pattern. Milan the Red Panda by Yarn Amy, and that's on Etsy. I do like it. It was a good pattern. New technique that I learned with this pattern. Usually I sew on the parts, like the arms in this situation and the tail. So when you're crocheting around and around for the body, she has you, when you're coming around, sewing or crocheting in the one side of the opening for the arm. And you keep going around and you do, so it'd be the back side of the arm. And you come back around, and then the next row you crochet in the other half of the arm, so you don't have to sew it on. It was a good idea. I wasn't prepared for that when I come up on it. So I stuffed my arms and I got it on there, and I think that's when I overstuffed it. I like that idea, so I don't have to sew it on. So you stick when you go to single crochet, you stick your hook in the single crochet for the arm stitch, and then through the stitches on the body, and you just single crochet together. It was really easy. That was a good idea. Now the next thing I had issues with was her eyes. So what I did with her eyes, my lights aren't positioned correctly either. So what I did with her eyes is I took apart, so I pulled up a picture, and I was trying to match the eyes, and I think in the pattern, she just has you cutting a piece of felt, white felt, and then you put a safety eye through the center of that, and then you attach it to the red panda. But like I said, I was trying to match this red panda from this movie that my daughter loved. And since then, she hasn't watched the movie very much, and, it took me so long. And as soon as I gave it to her, she said, I love it. So, and it's been in her room ever since. So I had to, but she said I could borrow it to show you all. So anyways, the eyes. Now, she's my quality control, right? For stuffed animals. And if it's a project for her, she doesn't want safety eyes because you can't cuddle with it. So we're going with the soft eyes. Now, when I made my dragon, I used this technique for the eyes. A little bit different. But I wasn't liking how it's turning up. So I decided to take, her eyes are like a brownish orangish. So I took some of my, I think it was Karen Simply Soft and Chocolate Brown. And I took a strand, and it's 4 pieces spun together, right? And I took a strand off. And then I took a strand of the Karen Simply Soft and Pumpkin. And I took 1 strand off of one of that. And so I put those together. And then all I did for the eyes was, I think I magic loop, 4 single crochet and magic loop. And then I just did a small increase with the 2 colors. And then I just went around the outside. Because this is a smaller amigurumi, I didn't want to get them too big. I still feel like they're kind of too big, but she loves it. And it worked out just fine. And yeah, I think it turned out really good. This was definitely, I need to get the lint roller to it, because when I was stuffing it, some of the stuffing bits fly everywhere, and then I just sit here in all these lights and just pick it off. Anyways, but she loves it, and that's all that matters. And to see her face when I handed it to her was priceless, and she is definitely yarn worthy. So, yeah. I'm glad I finished it for her. Wish I finished it sooner? Yes. But she still loves it. So, that was, you guys followed that journey for quite some time now. And let me show you the yarn I used. And this is what she picked out. So, for the main color, we got this, I love this yarn in terracotta. That's all I have left of that skein. And then I didn't use much of this, but this is Craft Smart Value. It's a 4 medium, 100% acrylic, 354 yards, and this is the color Wine. And so that is the accent color for the bottom and for the tips and the tail stripes and stuff. For the white, I used I Love This Yarn in white. And then, like I said, just for the center of those eyes, I used just a little bit of Karen Simply Soft and Chocolate Brown and Pumpkin. And I used those because when I was working on this, they were right there. So, and then she has this really cute, in the pattern, this really cute design on the hands, on the arms. And I didn't notice that, but when I'm looking in the pictures from the movie, she does have a little bit of design there. So I put those in. And now my daughter loves it. So that's one project off of my hooks. So, what else do we need to talk about? Well, the Attack of the Amigurumi 2022. So you have the rest of this week to get your penguin in. There was an extension on that simply because when I announced for December, I was already late. And I was a few days into December, so I'm giving everybody an extra week to work on your penguin. But I will go ahead and announce January's theme. So January, we are going to do snowmen. So you can make a snowman of any pattern that you choose. Just follow the same rules as last year. Just make sure it's bigger, not teeny tiny. It has to be an amigurumi. Any pattern. All the rules for the challenge will be in my Facebook. Like I said, if you don't see it yet, it will be up soon. Just a matter of time. And this month you can win some I Love This Yarn. 2 skeins of it. My stitch marker will be on there. So I just have to put it on there. I didn't bring up December's prize, but it's on my Facebook. I think it's Impeccable Yarn. I believe. I can't remember. But this is 100% acrylic for medium. This is I Love This Yarn print. Very pretty. 252 yards. This is called River Ripple, and it's very, very pretty. I actually don't have this in my stash, nor when I bought this, because when I do my giveaways, I go ahead and get the yarn, because I try and, for my amigurumi ones, I try and pick out yarn that you can make amigurumi with. So I usually head to the store and get that, and I didn't buy any for my stash. Yeah, I'm very proud of myself for that. 2023, I'm labeling it the year of the stash. I'm going to do a separate video on that, on some yarny goals. I always set goals for myself in almost every aspect of my life, because I love a good challenge. I always strive to improve myself in different aspects, and I try not to hold myself to those goals. I set them, and gives me something to strive for, but I'm not hard on myself when I don't. Oh, his little ears are picking up. But I don't get hard on myself when I can't reach them, because sometimes life happens and you just got to roll with the punches, right? But I do set myself some yarny goals. I went ahead and counted my yarn labels for 2022. So I'm going to do a separate video for all of that. Some plans I have for 2023. And I think that's all I had to share. So that's going to be on a separate video, because I think this one's already been long enough, right? So, but I think I'm going to start a new, like, Year the Stash series or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So I think that's all I had to share with you guys. I hope you have a fabulous week. I hope it's not, you know, so long till I put a video out with you guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you would like me to do a tutorial for the little gnomes. I'd be more than happy to do that. You just gotta give me some time to do that. But I can get that if that's something you're interested in. And thank you all so much for a fabulous 2022. There was lots of roller coasters. It was one heck of a roller coaster kind of year. Definitely. But thank you all for your support. Coming back to watch me. Of all the people you can watch, you chose to sit down and watch me for the next, you know, for the past half hour, 40 minutes, whatever. I really do appreciate it. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So thank you so, so much. I can't wait to see where 2023 takes us. And I hope you guys join me along the way for this journey. So have a fabulous day. Happy New Year's to you. And remember to keep that yarn running through those fingers. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.